And we are live.
Yeah.
What's up, beasties? Welcome back. It's me, it's Triple B, your friendly neighborhood bearded book beast, back for another episode of Beast Friends Forever with a very special guest, the man, the myth, the legend, the booktuber who is taking the world by storm. His channel is taking off like a rocket ship. It is the very beastly himself, my good friend Jake from Nerd Level Rising. How you doing, Jake?
What's up, man? Thank you so much for having me on. This is one of my dude, all these kind of shows, right, that all of us do now are always
Oh,
so
yeah.
fun to watch. And I started my channel and there was a handful of them that I was like, man, if I ever get to be on those, that's like I made it. And then as I started out and I'm meeting more people, and then you're doing this thing, I'm like, I gotta get on Beast Friends Forever.
Oh, yeah.
We made it.
Made
We
it.
made it.
Made it.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. Well, no, see, it's the other way around. It's like there's people that I want to have on Beast Friends Forever, and I was like, man, I gotta get Jake on here. So it works out for both of us.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's just fun to hang out.
Yeah,
All right,
always.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, let's give some shout outs to some people. We got Skeff Dog, Ryan Skeffington is here. What's up, my friend? Thanks for being in here. I want to know what this I want to know why you chose khakis as the first comment. I want to know.
I was wondering what that was also.
Oh, Libran Legs, Senna, how's it going? Thanks for being here. We're doing some writing. All right, I like it. I like
For
it.
you?
All right, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being in here. Let's see. Tim is here. Tim, make sure you watch Triple E's book mail on Saturday. I got in a special book that I ordered with a very beautiful new cover on it. I'll be showing off.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, John is in here. What's up? Live in 30. Not quite 25, but I see. 25. The year. It's rough. It's a rough time.
So weird to think about.
I know. It's 2025.
It's weird.
Oh man. Hello, friend. Thanks for being here. Tom is here. What's up, Tom? Cardio entertainment. Oh man.
Cardio, that's nice. Mine is my cardio entertainment has been returned to Edan lately. That's been nice.
Ooh, nice. When you do your cardio entertainment, do you do an ebook that you read while you do it, or do you listen? Okay.
Yeah, I do the ebook.
Nice.
I wish I could listen. I just get too distracted.
I know, I do too. Let's see. Oh, I get it, because it's Jake from State Farm.
Bro, dude,
that's so clever.
I worked at Target for so long, and I wore red and khaki every day. I got that joke so many times. I was like, I gotta change my name or something, man.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, and you're so chill too. You probably, if you were in that commercial, you would sound like that guy. Like, what are you wearing? Khakis. That's awesome. Oh, and look who else is here. Janny Wirtz is here.
Hello, Janny. What's up?
Thanks for being here, Janny. See, this is why I bring Jake on. So he brings in the big guns with him, and not just the two on his shoulders. All right, awesome. We got an awesome crew in here already. I'm sure more are to come. So thanks everybody for being here. Again, this is going to be just fun. Me and Jake chat a lot off camera. Just from the start, we both kind of started around the same time, and yeah, we just love to hang out and talk. So it's just going to be a fun time. I do have some questions for him because I mean, we've talked, but I do kind of want to hear about your journey a little more, maybe a little more than in the little conversations we've talked about it before. But overall, it's just going to be a fun time. Matt from Go Reads Books is here. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. All right. So first of all, I want to know how your New Year was.
It was the best New Year I've had in a long time because I was actually able to go to bed early. Nice. I'm not a go out and I wasn't able, like, I'm not a party guy. Mm-hmm. And so I'm always like, I just would rather go to bed. But where I've lived the last 3 New Year's Eves, everybody in the apartment complex is shooting off these fireworks until 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and they're so loud, and it would keep me up. Here, this is my first New Year's Eve in this apartment. It's totally quiet. It was so great. So I was
Dang,
actually able to
that's awesome,
sleep.
man.
It was great. New Year's
Nice.
Day was pretty chill. I just kind of my girlfriend and I baked our leftover cookie dough from Christmas. We had a little
Ooh,
bit of
nice.
gingerbread dough left that we baked the
Sweet.
rest of that up.
Okay.
Otherwise, though, just kind of chilling.
That
But yeah.
sounds awesome. Did you so with the gingerbread dough, do you make gingerbread man shaped cookies or just regular shaped cookies?
So for Christmas we did we have like this little, it's like 6 different shapes or something, right? It's like a tree, a little gingerbread man, candy cane, just a few basic things.
Okay.
We
Okay.
made some of all those for Christmas.
Nice.
For making the rest, there wasn't much, right? Like once we rolled it out to the right thickness, it was like maybe this big around, like it was fairly
Oh
small.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we just left it as like a blob and just baked the whole thing in one and then cut it afterwards,
Heck
and it turned out
yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's like a cookie pie or something.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like it. Cookie cake.
Delicious.
There we go. Very nice. Britton is in here. What's up, Britton? Well, I'm glad you stopped in. All those Sledges is pretty awesome. Have you read Sledge yet, Jake?
I have not, but I definitely heard you gush about
Oh
it, so
yeah,
it sounds pretty cool.
it's good. It's fun. It's very short, quick chapters, so it's really easy to just keep going. One more, one more, one more.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. You get through it quick. Yeah, Cat did not like the fireworks. That happens. My dogs hate the fireworks. They don't cry or anything, but they do bark, and it gets pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Do you have any cats or dogs?
No, I had a dog growing up, and then he died when I was 18, and then didn't, after that, I was, moved out of my parents' house relatively
Yeah.
soon after that, and just couldn't have a pet at any of these apartments and stuff. And I think now, like, he died when I was 18. I'm 31 now, and I'm like just now being like, I could probably have another pet. Like
Yeah.
that annihilated me, dude.
Oh, I
So,
bet, man. It's true. They're like a member of the family,
yeah,
It's so true.
sure.
What kind of dog was it?
He was just a mutt. He was a mixture. He was like mostly border collie, I think, but he was a mixture of all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
We like got him from the shelter when he was really, he was like a few weeks old, I think. I was 4
Okay.
at the time when we got him.
Oh wow.
So it's like I can't even remember not having him.
Yeah, you had him like your whole basically your entire childhood.
Yeah,
That's hard, man.
Yeah, it was tough. But now I'm like, I follow so many pages on Instagram that are just dogs and stuff, right? So I'm like, yeah, my girlfriend and I would really love. I'm obsessed with Mr. Pooh. I love
I
pugs
was gonna
so much.
say
So we've talked about this too, right?
How we love pugs. We both would love a pug.
Pug or like an English bulldog would be really fun.
Yeah.
I like the just really like wrinkly, just like potato dogs. They're so funny.
Oh yeah, they are. That's a perfect way, little potato dog. Oh man, yeah, I've got 2, but they're bigger dogs. I've got a chocolate lab and
nice,
a black golden doodle, and
nice.
they're just a lot. So but my black lab is like he's like 11, so I think once he passes on, then I'll get a pug. But
there you go. Big dogs are really fun too. My dog growing up was bigger. Like it's actually my PhD advisor. He has us over to his house for Thanksgiving every year, and he's got a golden retriever that's like the most fun dog ever. Like every year I tell him I'm going to steal the dog, but
oh man,
I haven't yet. I haven't yet. There's time.
Haven't come up. Although now you're starting to read a lot of fantasy books. You might read one that has like a good heist in it. You might come up with a good idea.
Here we go. I gotta once I graduate, maybe. I can't risk getting kicked out of the program.
No, that's true. You gotta have everything all sewn up, right? Oh man. Oh yeah. This is Tom makes a good point. I actually had a when I was younger, I had a little Dotson. They are really cute too. They are pretty cool.
They're pretty cute. You can't go wrong, man. All dogs are awesome.
All dogs are awesome, yeah. Well, mine, like sometimes they think they're like lap dogs, and I'll go to pet my lab, and then he like tries to crawl up in my lap, and I'm like, dude, and his head's like a bowling ball. It's like, man. Yeah. So a smaller dog for that would be nice. When they jump on people, it's not like not taking you out.
Exactly.
Oh man. So let's see, who was it? Somebody said I want to go. Oh yeah, Ryan said, didn't you do a bodybuilding? So we've talked about it, but for the people on here that might not know, tell us a little bit about your last competition and how you got into all that and what you do.
Sure. Yeah. So yes, I did. It was This coming weekend will be 6 weeks ago now, which is crazy that it's been that long. Um, but yeah, it was. So I did 2 competitions. This was my first time actually competing. I've tried to do it before. I did the whole diet, everything, and then we get to March 2020 and everything gets canceled at the last second. So I couldn't actually complete the mission, but what are you gonna do?
Wow.
Yeah, so we had a few years to just kind of chill and whatever, and then I was like, okay, it's time, right? So we finally did it. We made it all the way. I did a competition on, was it November 9th, and then another one November 23rd. And ever since then, we've been just kind of, that you got to be kind of careful how you transition out of them. A lot of people, it's very easy to regain a crazy amount of weight very quickly, which is obviously it's unhealthy, but really hard on your body, really hard on your mind and your self-image and your self-worth and all kinds of stuff. It's just, really difficult. So I have done that before. It's not fun. And I was like, I don't want to do that again. So
Right.
this one I've managed much, much better than that first attempt.
Yes.
So yeah, we're going good. I still don't feel like fully normal, but I'm pretty close at this point. So yeah, I don't know. It's fun, man. I mean, sometimes I'm like, you know what, I could read so much more if I didn't go to the gym for 2 hours a day or whatever, but it's fun. And at the end of the day, like it just is, it's taught me so much about myself and about life. And I've learned so many lessons about, just seeing things through. Right. And just, you stick with it, and you delayed gratification and discipline. And like, there's just so many lessons, man. And it's also just fun at the end of the day too, right? Like it's if anyone has seen Pumping Iron and you've heard what Arnold said about what the pump feels like, he's right. And it's fun to do, but the diet part isn't as much fun.
Right. That part's not so much fun, right?
Most of the time though, I can eat like a normal person. I just have a little bit more protein or whatever. But, so that's what we're doing now. We're just kind of chilling, much more relaxed, having some fun, eating some cookies here and there.
Yeah, that's right. Cool. Yeah, you couldn't have those when you were doing the bodybuilding thing.
Yeah, unfortunately. But we made it, man. And I'm glad I did it. I will absolutely do it again, but I will also absolutely take a few years before I do it again.
I was just going to ask, is it like going to be a yearly thing, or you take a big break in between?
No, I'll take a big break. You kind of need the mental break also, but then muscle growth is such a slow process, man. Like especially if you're not taking steroids, then you need multiple years to like have a visual difference even in muscle growth. It's just so slow. Definitely not going to be at the next Olympics. That's for sure.
There we go.
That's for sure.
Well, I mean, everybody is impressed. I mean, Britton said you're swole.
Oh, thanks, man.
Swole is the goal. That's a surprise.
That's true.
John's always got things. Always got the things.
Yeah. Tom knows what's up for sure. Doing the strongman stuff.
I think, he does.
It's crazy. Yeah. I've done a little bit of the training for it. I've never competed, but I trained for it a little bit. It was super fun, super hard.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. You guys are awesome. All right. So switching gears a little bit. So tell me about your start with BookTube and kind of how you decided to finally do it. I know you did stuff on Instagram before, most of it with your personal training and weightlifting and all that kind of stuff, fitness stuff. So tell me how you kind of found BookTube and then how you finally decided to go for it.
Wow. Yeah. So I remember, what year was this? This was probably 2018, somewhere in there. I was reading The Wheel of Time, and I remember it might have been when I finished the whole series actually. And I was like, I wonder if anyone's talked about this, or can I just find an article that explains the ending even more, or tells me what other series are similar to this, or whatever. So I just Googled it, and Daniel Green popped up, and this was like old school Daniel Green. Right? Back when he would just talk to the camera, and it was much less energetic and stuff, and it was great. I was like, oh, this is super interesting. This is fun, and it's just nice to hear somebody talk about this series that I'd fallen in love with. And then I kind of forgot about it. Like that was really all that it was. And I didn't get sucked into BookTube immediately by any means. And then this was only, a couple of years later when I'm trying to remember how I stumbled upon it. I think I just sort of randomly remembered Daniel's videos. And I was like, let me go watch a couple
Yeah.
lore videos of Wheel of Time or whatever, right? And I did that, and then I found some of the other people that were kind of in his little niche, like Murphy or Elliot Brooks, if anyone knows her channel.
Elliot Brooks, yeah.
Or there's just that kind of circle, and then I found Mike, and that's kind of when I was like, oh, this is now I have a bunch of people that I can. There's endless videos now, right? So was doing that, and was just really interested in. It was really just those people for the most part, for quite a while. Then I found Philip, and he kind of got into there a little bit, but it wasn't super widespread.
Right. Same with me. Yep.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, well, I kind of like to do that, but like I'm so scared and shy, and I had already kind of started some social media stuff for like my actual job, which is like it's online coaching, right? It's essentially personal training that's just all done online. And
nice. I didn't know it was all online. That's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. It fits my personality so much better.
Oh,
like
well, and with everything you're doing, like it'd be hard to do in-person stuff with how busy you are with.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, it suits my personality nicely because I am a snowflake princess who doesn't like to be told I have to be at this place at this time. I like to I really like this has to get done today. I like that. I can do it whenever I want as long as it's done.
I'm like that too. I've been thinking about trying to look into some like online teaching gigs for the future because there's just I don't know. That is nice. I agree with you.
It's fun. But yeah, so I was already kind of trying to start that up, and there's a big component of it that's like educational stuff, and it wasn't great, but I was starting it at the time because I didn't know, you just start and you whatever.
Oh yeah, you gotta learn through trial and error, right?
100%. And I was still learning all the information myself too, right? This is like during my undergrad.
Yeah.
So I was just I was doing that, and I was getting a little bit of experience with like putting myself out there, which I think has paid off nicely now. And then I was like, well, I want to do this book thing, but I'm so shy and so scared. So let me just like post pictures. I made a separate Instagram account.
Yeah.
Didn't tell anybody about it. I just started posting some pictures here and there.
Right. Yeah.
And then over time, we're just kind of just doing that. And then I start seeing more of these booktube people. I see this random talking story dude who, like, who is this? And
speaking of talking story, he popped in. What's up, John?
Exactly. What's up? Thank you.
Thanks for being in here, man.
But so I found him, and then just started finding a ton of people, and I was like, wow, there's so many people that do this. And I started seeing all these shows like this, right, where they're talking to each other, and like these people are like becoming friends. Like, how cool is this? They can talk about books and all the stuff that they love. And I was like, all right, I gotta do this. I've been doing this whatever other Instagram thing. I'm gaining a little bit of confidence and getting a little bit more practice with some content creation stuff and whatever. So like, let me just try it. So that was when was that? That was like November, December of 2023 was when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I didn't do it for another 8 months.
Hey, that's exactly what I did too.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna do it though. So I spent some time.
It's not yet.
Yeah, I was like figuring out like, all right, well, how do I, like my bedroom's tiny, right? So I was like, where am I gonna put a camera or put up my phone, or like how do I, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So I spent a bunch of time doing that, and then also like trying to learn a little bit, like how do I even post a video to YouTube? How do you do,
Right.
And then eventually I was like, bro, you just gotta start, man. Like you're gonna do this forever. You just gotta jump in and
right.
Just feel shy. It's okay. Just start, and it's fine. So eventually I did that, and that was August 17. I will remember that because it was the day after my birthday. I was like, I had like 3 or 4 videos that I recorded. I posted them all at the same time. And I was like, whatever, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
That was also the point where I started to do a little bit more on the Instagram stuff, where I started posting pictures like almost every day for the book stuff. And then, and now I just, I've tried to, at the onset of it, I was very intentional about like, what very little I know about social media. Being that like, consistency is pretty important.
Right. Yeah.
That the quality is like, it matters a little
Right,
bit.
a little, but not as much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as much as you would
Yeah.
think. It's more so about, is there value there? Is it
Right.
somewhat entertaining? For
Yeah.
YouTube, your audio probably matters more than your
Oh, yeah.
visuals do.
Yep.
So I knew a little bit, and one of those things was, consistency matters. So I was like, okay, well, let me pick a posting schedule that I can stick to that is fits my schedule. And so like, okay, I can do 2 videos, I think, in a week, and sit there on Saturday and record both, edit both, schedule the posts for both, and then just, so yeah, and then it just, now I started doing 3 now because it's just fun and I wanted to do more.
It is,
but that's really it. It just kind of was a step at a time, and eventually just getting tired of kicking the can down the road, and I just wanted to talk to people. I just wanted to meet people.
Right.
Honestly, dude, I think the biggest thing that finally pushed me over the edge was like, I want to do this thing where I get to talk to people, because they're like people that I've been following for so long, and I see people talk to authors on their channel. How crazy is that? Like, you just start a channel and you all of a sudden can make friends with, whatever. And then you see people, you see like Mike, who like just gets sent books all the time. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So it just seems like such a cool thing, and the community seems so nice and so like wholesome. And I was very not used to the online community for like the fitness space.
Oh yeah,
is not like that. It's not like it. It's very gatekeepy. It's very negative in a lot of ways. It's very competitive. And there are definitely a lot of people that are awesome and super positive and helpful and all that, but it's not the same, dude. So like this has been such a great experience, and meeting guys like you and Chance and Alex, that like now we have a book club together, and like John, and like there's so many people that I've gotten to talk to, become friends with, that have taught me things already, have been such a positive influence to me. There's another one popping in just now, O'Brien, who's been I got to talk to him. How cool is that?
Man.
So yeah, it's been so great, man. But yeah, that's sort of the rundown, right? I think at the end of the day, the biggest lesson I learned from trying to do social media stuff before was you just got to start, think about it a little bit, but you just got to jump in.
Yep. 100%. Very nice. Let's see. So yeah, Brian popped in, and then don't want to miss Mr. Goodcats here. What's up?
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Yes.
And yeah, I think we all agree. Janny does too. This community is the best. It is
it's crazy
nice community. Yeah.
I can't believe it, dude. I haven't gotten a single negative anything. It's crazy. I'm waiting for it. That's when you know you make it, right? When you start getting hateful comments.
It's gonna happen. I've had a couple, but nothing crazy.
How can anyone say something bad to you, man?
I had a video where I was like, I think I did an unhaul video early on, and I had like a stack of them I was getting rid of, and as I pulled them out, I talked about each one, I guess too long, because somebody left me a comment and they were like, geez, you don't need to tell us about every single book, just show us what it is and move on. And I said, I got timestamps in there, I don't want you to waste your time, just click where you want to go. And then I was so nice about it. Eventually they're like, I'm sorry, I was having a bad day, I shouldn't have been so grumpy with you. And I'm like, oh, that's fine. But oh yeah, that was about it. But
it could be worse.
That's about it. I did do a short when I was like camping, where I tried to do something funny. Like I think my son and me were seeing how high we could jump with the basketball hoop, and I like jumped in the air and swatted and just barely tapped the bottom of the net. So then I like put a short out that said like, who says white middle-aged men can't jump? And then something like that. And most people just laugh, but there was one guy that was like, get off of YouTube, pops, or something like that. I don't know. But
come on, like, it's obviously you're just having fun. Like,
you
gotta chill.
So I mean, nothing terrible, but yeah, you're gonna get something eventually. I mean, you ever watch any of the videos where like Mike talked about some of the things people said, like oh my gosh, just calm down, people.
It's crazy. Yeah, but I mean, you get as many subscribers as he does.
Oh yeah, like, you're gonna get that.
And because people will do it just to get attention and stuff too, right? They might not even mean it.
Yeah. It's dumb. Yeah, if you ever get one, I did look up like what to do when it happens. Like if you don't like it or comment it or anything, if you're gonna get rid of it, like if it's super negative, just delete it, and then they don't even know that you deleted it. once you comment on it, then if you delete it tells them that you deleted it. Makes sense. Just a little insight for anybody out there that has that.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, here we go. I agree. That's my favorite part of my own videos.
Speaking of your videos, I'm really digging this new, like, really chill intro with like pouring yourself a drink. Like, it's nice, dude. I like it.
I know. I figure we'll roll with it for a while until people get sick of it. But yeah, I'm like, I'll try it once and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Just to, I thought it was a good idea. So I appreciate
that,
man.
Yeah, it fits the vibe of your channel so well, right? Like just that like cozy, chill. It's nice.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I feel like your channel is always cozy and chill. That's why I love about your channel.
It's the lights that I stole from Talking Story. That's what it is.
Okay, I do want to ask about the lights because I have some lights too, and I've always wondered. Now, are your favorite colors, like for real, the blue and purplish vibe, or is it because they show up the best in the camera?
Purple is one of my favorite colors for sure.
Okay.
So I really like blue and purple. I didn't want to do blue because like I'm already copying John Jacob, right? I was like, I gotta at least make it a little different. Like I'm being dead serious. I went with purple because I didn't want to copy them too overtly, and I also just really like purple. So it was a good balance.
Okay. Okay.
But like if it's just so like I have the lights that they use also, right? Like it's just like these standing.
Yeah.
Like I could. Well, I don't want to.
Yeah,
anyway, it's just a standing up thing that shows purple. That it was almost
happy away.
There we go. It was like almost distracting in a way. Like I wanted something just a little more interesting, so I have like this little string light that's literally on the floor behind me. This
blue, really?
Just to give it a little pop.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
it works kind of
cool.
I like that.
Yeah. So I
think if anyone, great man.
Thanks. If anybody was to come into my room and see what a mess this looks like, it's hilarious.
Like,
but it looks. Yeah, it looks fine on camera though.
Oh man. Yeah, no, it looks good. I do blue and purple, but only because it's the only ones that show up. Like I've tried to do other colors with these things, and it just doesn't show up. I mean, even right now, you can't even tell that that's purple. It just depends.
Yeah, some colors are funky.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We'll see though. I got to get one of those the light so that I can turn off these overhead lights to make it pop more, but I just haven't yet.
The lighting is so confusing. I don't know how the lighting works, man. I have like a ring light on this tripod in front of me. That's because I was like, people do that. I don't know. Yeah. But I know some people have like the box things.
Yeah, the box thing. I want to get one of those. Yeah.
What is it? Diffuser or something? Like
something like that. I have a ring light. I don't. It just must not be a good one because when I try, it's rough. It does not look nice like yours. It's very strange looking, but it happens. It happens. Yeah. Oh man. All right, I'll take this, Bradley. That's right.
I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy named Chance Dillon, but I think he's a little cuter than me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now, if he was here, that is true. Oh man, let's see. Tom said I'd pick a color that's true. That's true. You don't see orange in the lights a lot. There should have been. That's true. Yeah. It's very fair.
I do. I greatly respect the commitment to orange. By the way, I think that's so cool. It's such a small. It's something that like most people wouldn't think of, right? But it's like it's undeniable that it's a Tom Orange video.
Yes,
you know, it's got that through line. It's cool.
All right, so this is a good question. Before we do this, though, I did have one more thing I wanted to talk to you about, but we'll come back to this in just a second. Okay. So we're talking about the channel, and I just want to know how it felt, like, because we started around the same time. You know, you were grinding. I know we were both working hard, putting videos out, hoping something would hit, and then I remember how cool it was when you had that first video that just like went off. And then
that was weird.
Subs went off. Like, how did that feel when you finally saw that happen? Like, that must have felt so cool.
It was equal parts cool and confusing, right? Because it was cool. Obviously, it's cool, right? Like, I think we're very much the same. That like the community is the whole point, right? Yeah. Making friends, talking to people, having this conversation. Like that's the whole thing,
right?
At the same time, we put a lot of time and energy into this.
Oh yeah.
Like. Anybody who says they don't want to make any money from YouTube is lying a little bit, right? Like, of course, that's cool. That's not the main goal, right? It's cool. It's a nice little bonus. So seeing that happen, I was like, oh yeah, that was. I think it was like sci-fi I want to read or something.
I think it was, right? Yeah.
That like I know people like top 10s and people like whatever stuff like that. So I was like let me try to do a couple videos like that, but like not be weird and cringy about
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, so like it was exciting, but it was also like I've had other videos that were similar that just nothing. And, you know,
I
I was like,
know.
all right, well, cool,
Yeah.
you know,
The
and
algorithm
then
just is so random.
yeah, it is.
It's just
And,
you never know.
yeah, I have resolved to never, I'm not
Yeah.
even going to try to figure it out. It's not
Nope.
worth it.
Nope. Just make what you want
Um,
to make, have fun, and see what happens, and then move on to the
ex-
next one.
exactly. Yeah. But it's also kind of like, I would love to figure out exactly what it is beyond just the fact that it's a top 10 whatever I want to read or
Right.
something. Like
Yeah.
beyond just that rough idea, I would love to, there's that analytical part of my brain that wants to
Yeah.
figure it out and to hack the system a little bit. But then
Right.
I'm like, I don't have the time for that, dude. Like
Oh yeah.
just
I
have
know.
fun, make whatever video you want to
Yep.
make,
It'll take
and
care of itself, right?
it'll take care of itself. Exactly.
Brian says, "Copy John, leave the weird and cringe to him." Never
I
cringy.
love that.
You're always
It's
hilarious, Brian.
dude, I love Brian's channel so much.
Oh, me
He
too,
like
man.
does some different stuff.
He
I'm
does.
doing the same thing everyone else is doing, right? I'm doing the same thing. Monthly TBR, monthly
Right.
wrap up, weekly update, top whatever. I'm doing the same thing. Brian like takes some risks and does some cool, unique
Yeah.
stuff. You do the same thing. You do some cool, unique stuff too. And I'm like, man, this
That
is
was cool
good
with
for
him.
you guys, man.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. I love his videos.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back to this question then. Is there one book you guys are most excited to read in the new year? What's yours? You go first.
Oh man.
It's hard. There's a lot. You can
like,
name more than one, but not
okay.
we gotta keep it legit. We can't say like 20 books.
Yeah. I think if it's so hard, right? Acutely right now, Curse of the Mist Wraith is like
Yes, I was gonna
calling
say
my name so much.
we're both pumped for that, so we
Yeah.
can start there.
So I'm very excited for that.
Mhm.
I am very excited to do Disquiet Gods and then
Oh,
book
yeah.
7 at the end of the year.
Mhm.
Sun Eater's just, I don't know, I'm obsessed with it.
So
Um,
good.
I'm trying to think of what else could be on that similar tier.
Brian agrees. He says Curse of the Mist Wraith for him too. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
It's hard. I'm trying to like. There's really nothing else that is on that same level as those for me. I mean, there's other stuff that I'm super excited. Like, I want to do the J. Kristoff vampire books this year with the third one coming out later. I want to finally do that.
One. Yes, you should. They're so
wanna,
good.
Yeah, the dude. I'll tell you what. And John's in the chat, right?
Yep.
One Piece has gotten me. It is so deep in my heart now. In the Water 7, I'm in the middle of the Enies Lobby arc for anyone who knows One Piece. I'm not joking, right? Within the last 20 chapters, I've probably cried 3 times.
Oh, dang, man.
It's unbelievable how good this is now. So now I'm like, okay, well, like One Piece that's kind of getting up there, you know, for me with some of these other parts of the story that I've heard are so good. And I'm going to do the first book in the Library trilogy in January. Right. So like, I'm excited to get into those. I've heard those are so good.
Those two, yeah. Yeah.
Book of the New Sun. I'm scared, but I'm excited.
Yep.
There's
let me know when you decide to do that one, because I have that. I want to do that one too.
Nice. It's well, we're doing the buddy read with right. I somehow wormed my way in there with
you're doing that. That's right.
With John and Philip, and you know, so
that's awesome. All right, so then I'll do that at the same time.
There you go. I don't know why they keep allowing me into these groups, but you
know why. Awesome, man. How could they not?
Those are. I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm being on the spot sometimes. I feel like I'm forgetting something obvious, but those are probably like some of the biggest ones. What about you? I want to hear your list.
Oh man, well, I mean, you named a lot of them. Court of the Mist or Curse of the Mist, right?
Yeah,
of course. And then the Empire of the Vampire 3. I read the first 2, loved them, so I'm really excited for that one. Oh yeah, Sun Eater. I mean, I'm only at Demon in White, but I'm excited to get to the last one. Hopefully by the time it comes out. And then I love First Law and Joe Abercrombie. So the Devils. That's like I'm like.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah. I got it. I still have only read the first trilogy in the First Law. I haven't done anything else.
Gotta get on it, man. Someday. There's just too many good things,
dude. I see Janny's. Hold on. Let me see if I can scoot back and not rip my head off. Is it these? Are these the ones that Don did?
That's the one I have.
I'm curious if these are the covers.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
His art is incredible.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, it should say on the thing.
Yes,
it is. It is.
Yep. Ugh. I have that one too. Yep.
I was gonna say I could just look at the credits for the cover art, right? That's the easy thing to do.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I love the artwork, man. Those are just they're so cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is so good. It's awesome.
I'm stoked for that series, dude. It's I'm hoping that it's kind of like Malazan, where it's like you build it up in your head, but then you get there and it's like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought, right?
Yeah.
Or not as difficult as I thought. I should say.
Right.
So I'm hoping it's one of those, but
I feel like it will be awesome for you because you love Malazan so much that I feel like it'll be a good fit.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh man, she says she's got the costume cape, so that sweet cape and that's pretty awesome.
Wow,
that's crazy. I never really looked that close at it now, but that's such detail. You can see like the fuzz on there, and like there's a different print on the inside. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, I got the lame collection version, right? If I like it as much as I hope to like it, I would love to get like a special edition of it, so they're all separate.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We will see.
Oh yeah, awesome stuff. So what are you reading right now, like currently? Tell everybody what your current read is.
So I'm weird, okay? So I'm reading 3 things at the same time right now.
Oh yeah, hey, I do the same thing.
Okay, so like I sort of compartmentalize it. So most of my reading is usually like first thing in the morning when I get up because my brain's not ready to do work stuff, but for whatever reason I can get deep into a fantasy or sci-fi thing and I'm fine.
Yeah.
So that's usually how I like to start my day, just a nice hot coffee.
Oh yeah,
so
I like it.
That's where I'm doing the One Piece right now. Okay. I'm gonna get to the end of the Water 7 saga, and then I'm just doing like a saga at a time. That's worth it because then it's like a book basically, right? You get a complete story, then you can do the sequel next. Whatever.
Yeah.
So doing that, I think I probably got another 2 or 3 days probably until I finish that up. Whereupon I start Curse of the Mist Wraith. So we're getting close.
Nice. Oh yeah.
So I'm doing that. I'm doing whenever I do some cardio, I like to have either watch something on my phone, some TV or whatever, or read a little bit on an ebook. So right now, as of today, I'm a quarter of the way through Return to Edan, which has been so dark. Like there's some dark stuff in the first couple books, but it's like, wow, this is getting there. There's been a couple times where I'm just like, Philip, like, where did this come from? Because he's so nice and like, but he's not nice in his books, man. But that's been great. I'm like a quarter of the way through, and then before bed, I kind of chip away at something easy here and there. So I'm working through Starsight. It's the second book in the Skyward series from Sanderson.
Okay,
so, which has been fun. It's not my favorite thing ever, but like I didn't expect it to be. I was like, I just want something fun and light, and that's what it is. It's been nice. Yeah,
nice. There's nothing weird about that. I think that's a good system. It's working for you. You get a lot done.
Yeah, and they're different things too, which I think is helpful.
Yeah, you're not reading 3 fantasy books.
Yeah, I don't want everything to get twisted around in my head.
Oh yeah, for sure. John's in here. What's up, John? He said you deserve
every thanks, dude.
Yes, yeah.
That's very nice. Thank you.
I agree. You deserve it all, man. All the things. We were talking about Gene Wolfe. Janny says Gene Wolfe's not difficult. It requires focus because he messes with perspective and doesn't explain, so you have to think between the lines.
Fair. I think
you probably have to do that in Malazan a lot, right? Read between the lines. You kind of just get dropped in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things that I think. Do you need to take notes or whatever? No.
Right.
But if you want to, it'll probably help. It was kind of how I think about it. Like I wasn't taking notes when I read it, and I don't. There's definitely stuff that I missed. Yeah. But I still got most of the story. I think as much as anyone can on their first read through.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think when I do a reread, I think I will take some notes because I found that things that are more complex, I really have enjoyed doing that. It slows me down a lot, unfortunately.
Right. Oh, of course.
Well, fortunately and unfortunately, right? Like I want to read more, so it slows me down. Yeah. But I can really catch so much more stuff, and especially if I know it's something I'm going to be having a discussion about. Like I want to make sure that I have all those things that I can go back and reflect on, and look for themes and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's what I'll do with these. Really take my time. Have some notes and reflect and let it soak in.
Yes, I like it. I like it. I know I'm gonna be starting it this year, especially getting those broken binding ones in. Whew. Once I have
so
those,
beautiful.
Yep, I'll get rolling on it. I'm looking forward to it. It's always one I wanted to check out. So
I think
even
you'll
more
like it a lot.
so, yeah. Ever since I started chatting with you and Chance, you guys love it so much. So I'm like, makes me want to do it even more.
Chance is getting into the meat of it now, man.
Oh yeah.
Bone Hunters is like things kick off a little bit. So
all right.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know.
It's still there's I won't, no spoilers obviously, but there's a chapter in the Bone Hunters that has given me the most visceral emotional reaction I've ever gotten in any story.
Oh man.
I won't tell you the emotion, I won't tell you anything else, but like it has made me feel more real in my body than anything else.
Man. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll be ready. I want to shout out a couple more people that have popped in. Timothy Wolf is here. What's up, Tim? Thanks for being here. When you start reading some indie eventually, you should definitely check out Tim's stuff. I think
I'm trying to get to more and more, man. Yeah, trying to make time.
Oh yeah. And then where is it at? Here we go. Lucas is here. What's up, Lucas? Thanks for making it in, man. Appreciate it. Oh, the wizard is here.
Ooh, hello.
What's up? Oh man, do you remember those commercials, or are they way before your time?
No, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, I know you're younger than me, but I didn't think those commercials were that old.
I can't be that much younger than you, though.
You're a lot younger than me. Really? How old are you?
31.
Yeah, say I'm 41.
That's not that much. I feel like once you hit 30, everybody's the same age, right?
I like that. This is why your channel's taken off, Jake. I like Oh man, well, we got some more people popping in. Mike Molman's here. What's up? Oh, been lurking. Well, thanks for saying hi finally, man. Appreciate it. Such awesome people. Just proving our point. So many awesome people in here.
It's crazy.
Oh man, Belltube and Andrew are doing a live. Oh, he'll be on a live. I said they were gonna be together.
I'm doing a live with Andrew this weekend.
I saw that. So
finally.
Cool.
We finally made it happen.
Yes. He's awesome, man. He's such a good guy. He was one of there's a handful, but he was one of the few that I watched all the time, and that has a bigger channel. But my first video, when I had 2 subscribers, he took the time to welcome me and say hi. So
yeah, he did the same for me.
Yep.
Yeah, I will remember that for sure.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so it's always about you, my friend.
So you thought I was 26? I actually get that a lot. That people.
Yeah, I thought you were in your 20s, man.
Yeah.
But I don't mind when people, like my students will, when they found out I'm 40, they're always like, "Oh, I thought you were like late 20s or like 30," and I'm like, "All right, that's
it's a good one to have, right?"
Oh man. So I want to know something. I can't remember if I've ever asked you this in all the times we've talked, but like, what were the books that, or like the first book that you read fantasy related that got you into reading fantasy, and how old were you?
Oh, wow. The earliest thing I can remember, I had read some stuff before, but what really started to suck me in was in 5th grade. I read His Dark Materials, which I think is way too young to understand everything that's in there.
Right.
But I just remember I loved it. And it was that, and then it was Aragon right after that.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That which also ignited my I'd like to write something someday, because this dude is not that he's 15 or whatever when he wrote the book.
Yeah.
Those are the earliest things I remember that got me super interested.
Yeah.
Which led me into I did Pendragon forever. I was a huge Pendragon guy.
Oh yeah, Pendragon, nice.
And then eventually Harry Potter, and then adult fantasy was sort of a separate wave.
Yeah.
I got stuck in the Harry Potter cycle just over and over.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the whole world did on that.
Yeah. I would finish book 7 and then just go start over and just cycle my way through.
Yeah.
And it's been.
Did you ever go to a book launch at a bookstore dressed up as the character or anything?
No, I didn't do that. In hindsight, I'm like, man, that would have been fun. I wish.
I know. I don't know if there'll ever be another book series that gets, because I mean, even like Stormlight Archive is huge, but like you go to get one at the bookstore, and it's like, I mean, nobody's dressed up. It's not like a big party. There's just a little table with them,
Yeah. Yes. I don't know. It's times are just so different too now, like with the internet and like everyone pre-ordered it 6 months ago and it's going to show up on their doors,
Right.
So
That's true.
It would be nice if that could happen. It'd be fun.
And then audio and ebook, like I don't even know if ebooks were as big back then either, so that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that was everything for me, dude. And then I got stuck in that cycle for a long time, and then as an adult, getting into adult fantasy, it was Song of Ice and Fire was what opened the door for me.
Oh yeah.
I loved the show, and I was like, oh, I want more of this. So I read the books, because the show, I was like, I want more. So like, let me read the books to get further in the story, and then the show eventually went beyond the books.
Oh yeah.
But whatever, is fine. And then Googled like what's similar to Game of Thrones, so I got Wheel of Time. And then after Wheel of Time, I was done, man. Sanderson finished those, so I found Mistborn, and then
and then just
it goes everywhere.
It all took off from there.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome, man. It's a pretty awesome fantasy segue and road that you took. You hit all the big ones. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and now it's like I want to, like I really want to go back and find a lot of like the older stuff or things that were
things that you missed.
Like what are the giants that the current people stand on the shoulders of, right? I want to go back and read a lot of those, and it's just so hard to find the time because everything's so like, I'm so excited to read so much stuff.
I know. Same. There's just not enough time in the day. Christopher Navos here. What's up, man? Thanks for being in here. Shoot, I was just gonna ask you something else. And now, okay. So tell us a little bit about this whole PhD thing. For anybody in here that might not know, it is a big part of your life right now.
It is. Yeah, so like reading in booktube is like probably like the smallest thing that I do with my time, which is funny.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know if that's fair. It's maybe like, well, I don't know, that might be anyway. So the PhD is all in lifting weights still, because I'm lame and just like lifting weights and want to do that forever. So what I'm doing in that is basically looking at how do we optimize what you do in a certain workout to get the most muscle growth that you possibly can. Which I know sounds really simple and whatever. Like, how do we not know that already? But it's actually incredibly difficult to study in like a research setting because there's so many variables at play, like stuff you wouldn't think about until you like really dig into it.
Oh yeah.
And so it's been like, decades and decades of research that have gotten to a point now where we can give general recommendations for over the course of a week, maybe try to do this. But then it's like, well, okay, well, what do I do today? There's got to be a better or worse way to do today.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do to figure out now is like, how do we sort of strike the balance between listening to your body and like making adjustments based on that versus, leaning into, well, the research says on average this tends to give you more muscle growth or more strength or whatever. So I'm trying to kind of bridge the gap of those things. And it's been super fun. I don't know what we'll find yet. I'm 2/3 of the way through the data collection process now. So here in whatever 4 months ish, I should be able to start analyzing the data and see what we are see what we're looking at, and then we get that whole fun process of all the stats and all the writing the papers and all that stuff.
Oh, all the things.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's so funny, dude, because like I love it dearly. I really do. I love science. I love research. I love talking about it. I love it engages a different part of your brain.
Right.
It's really fun and all of that. But at the same time, I'm like, it's nice to take a break from it. And it's nice to just like to do this and talk about books and stuff. Right. But so Nippert is so Jeff Nippert, people who aren't aware, is one of the biggest YouTubers in the fitness space. That he does a great job, right? So he's actually funded some research that people have done, which is really cool.
Okay.
And I mean, he's got like 5 million subs or something crazy, right? So he makes that YouTube money.
Oh yeah.
So this made me laugh because recently there was a study the study he funded came out, and people started calling it the Nippert study because they think that he did the whole thing, but he just gave them money.
No.
Anyway, no shade to Jeff Nippert. He's the man. I just thought it was funny. But anyway, so like I definitely want to try to reach out to him at some point and see if I can get a little money from him to do something. It'd be cool.
Right.
Help
That would
fund
be
my
awesome.
study.
Go for it, man. Heck yeah.
We'll see. Because you got studies take money, man. You know, so
yeah.
figure that out. But anyway, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. I am 2.5 years in to the PhD. So I did the master's first. So I had the 2 years of that, and then 2.5 years into the PhD now. And I might graduate in December, but I might also push it back a little bit depending on, you know, various. I might have to. If I just need more data, then so be it. But also, if you know, there's a lot of options after you graduate, so I still got to figure that out. So subscribe to my channel because I would love to just do YouTube. No, I'm kidding. But
you heard it here.
Yeah,
help support his dream.
Help me not have to be a full-time academic.
Yeah, right.
No, but yeah, we'll figure it out. But at the end of the day, it's so fun, dude, and it's like it's kind of similar in a way to this booktube thing. Like we talked about earlier, like you start this channel and all of a sudden you can hit up an author and be like, hey, like I loved your book. Can I talk to you on my channel? And they might say yes, right? They might not, but they might say yes. Yeah. The fitness, like the research side, the exercise science field is similar that a lot of the top researchers are on social media and they do online personal training stuff or they do educational stuff. And, you know, I've gotten to collaborate with a bunch of them, which is crazy. I've gotten to publish research with them. I've gotten to like make content for their YouTube channels with like, it's crazy. And you get to just interact with people who you look up to or that you've learned so much from. And like, so it kind of mirrors this booktube thing a little bit in that way, which is, it's just still so, you know, you think about other fields, like, you know, if someone's doing a grad school in chemistry, like they're not just DMing this chemistry professor on Instagram to be like, hey, like I play D&D with one of these people. Okay. Like it's weird, man, but it's so cool. And everyone's so, you know, everyone in this little niche that I've gotten into is very nice and very welcoming. Even though the field as a whole is, can be toxic at times. But yeah.
Oh man. Some more shout outs real quick. Fine Reads has to take off. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah. You are amazing as well.
Your channel's awesome.
Yeah. I was just gonna say her channel's awesome, and thanks for letting us be in that fine collaboration.
Yes, that was
awesome. On Fine Reads. See what I did there? What's up, NA? Thanks for being here too, man. Appreciate it.
Another good channel. Yeah, I finally, dude, I've been telling him so long. I'm like, I'm gonna get some time to catch up on your channel. I'm gonna get some time. And I just took me so long. I finally got to watch some of his videos the other day. I felt bad. I was like, this is taking me so long to get here.
I know. Well, I mean, it gets to be like reading. There's just so many. The more people you meet, the more channels you want to watch, and there's just so many things. You know, you just can only do so much stuff with your time. You know,
you can only do so much. That's it. It's tough.
Yeah. All right. See you, my friend.
Yeah, Tori's another one. I gotta catch. I've seen like some of her stuff that I'm like, this is awesome, and I just like, it's just so hard to find the time.
I know. It's like you need like 8 hours in the day just to watch all the awesome booktube stuff. You know.
Yeah, there's, you know, you see these people that read 300 books a year or whatever, and I'm like, does time work differently for you? Because maybe that would let us watch all these videos, right? If we could dilate time like them.
They must have like the remote, like in that show with. Movie with Adam Sandler, right?
Yeah.
Was that what's called? What was it called? Was it called Click? I don't remember. Yeah. Just pause things. But you know, but that ended badly for him. That didn't end so good.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. This might be a hot take, but I think that's actually the only Sandler movie that I've seen that I didn't absolutely hate what he's doing in it.
That part's fair. Like
I can't do the voice, man.
I know his
yeah,
kind of stuff.
I don't know.
I know, but yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But there's man, like Happy Gilmore, there's Waterboy. There's just some good quotes in those movies. They're quotable, but they're not great movies by any stretch.
It's so weird. It's like I feel like your generation and my like we're basically the same generation, right? Like it's not that big of a gap, but it's like
probably close. Yeah.
Both of our like the age group and in general, like those are such classic movies
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, it just missed me for whatever reason. I feel left out sometimes.
Oh man. All right.
I don't know.
All right. I think we're gonna end the stream here. No, I'm just kidding. No, I get it, man. He is. I mean, I never really watched any of his like stand-up comedy or anything because I never got the whole, like I said, that stuff. I get it. I get it. I get it. Let's see. I don't think anybody else new came in. Okay, so yeah, we are all the same generation, John. I like it. So speaking of NA, he is a booktuber who is also writing something. Our good friend Chance Dillon is a booktuber who is writing something. Our good friend John at Talking Story is a booktuber who is writing something, and many, many more. Christopher Navo, same thing. So I believe you're also writing something. So so what can you say on here? I know you're like me, it's very early on, but why don't you share a little bit with us about what you're writing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's not a ton because it's still so it's so hard to find the time, dude. I was trying to do a little bit here before the stream. But it's like I don't know about you. I think you have a little bit easier time with this than me, where even if you have like a short window, you can still do a little something. Dude, I have such a hard time. Like, I need some time to get into it, you know?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Like, if I have 30 minutes, I might as well not even look at it because I'm just going to sit there and stare at it. And then, so anyway, but I'm basically, how do I try to explain this? It's hard to explain the premise for the idea because it's kind of spoilery for other stories.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But there is a plot line in Berserk, not the Golden Age plot line. It's something that comes later. That is, it hit me really hard, and I was like, "That's such an interesting thing." So I wanted to kind of look at that from a little bit of a different perspective. I'm trying to kind of pull in like one of the things I like about Malazan a lot is he'll have a theme and he'll look at it from a bunch of different perspectives, and like he'll just see every little edge of this different theme, so you get all these different things. And so I really want to do that, right? I have no idea if I have the skill to do that. Probably not, but we're gonna try.
You got it.
I don't know, but so I think that's important to me, and especially looking at something that, you know, I mean, I don't think it would be surprising that it would be a theme. So basically, it's sort of looking at guilt and like how that can affect people and how people respond to that very differently. And there's a lot of different ways that can manifest, and a lot of ways that it can resolve or not resolve. So I just find it super interesting. So I want to kind of play with that and experiment with that. You know, I want to have magic in there, but have it not be a, you know, it's not a super hard system, right? Like are there some rules to it? Yes, but I'm not going to like sit there and explain all of them, right? I want it to feel a little bit softer, a little bit more wonder that's kind of there. But it's not like a massive part. You know, you mentioned also in your thing, it's more of like a lower magic. Mine's kind of like that. I have some ideas for some other stuff that's the crazy thing, dude. I have so many ideas. I have this Google Doc that's just full, and it's just finding the time to do it. But
I know it's going to be like with BookTube, man. You're going to have all these great ideas building up. It's like, you just got to do it. Just dive in. Do it. We just got to go for it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the idea is, you know, taking this plot line from Berserk that really spoke to me, this idea of playing with the complex emotion from multiple perspectives and just different ways that might play out, having a world with, you know, some magic, but it's not the main focus. It's just kind of a part of it. And then you're just pulling in a lot of stuff that I really like. You know, I love like military combat scenes, right? Or sometimes I like something that's just like super whimsical and fun, right? Like Harry Potter's one of my favorite things. Sanderson does some stuff like that. Like, so trying to just kind of take a bunch of the stuff that I like and seeing if it fits. If it doesn't fit, we'll get rid of it. We'll use it somewhere else. But I'm so early on. I'm like, you know, 10,000 words in or whatever. I'm just kind of having fun, playing with it, seeing what happens. And then in all the editing, we'll go back and completely redo it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of that's kind of where it's at. I have a pretty thorough outline, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
It's just, yeah. So I have stuff, dude. I have stuff in my head that's like, I think about it all the time. I have such a vivid image of certain scenes, and it's literally just the time to sit there and do it. And I like Jani's been in here, right? Ever since I talked to her, I was like, I have this like, there's this fire behind me that I'm just like, do it. But then it's like, well, I could analyze all these ultrasounds from my study, or I could, there's stuff that it just has to get done, which is annoying.
Dang those things.
I hate being an adult, dude.
I know. It's not right.
Not fun.
It's not fair. All right. We got to give out a couple shout outs real quick. Molly McCobb is here. What is up? Thanks for being here. She had an awesome book I read this year also. He's probably gone now, but just saw that Mike said he had to take off. So have a good live show. Luke Tarzian is another good indie author that I would love to check out. Dr. Fantasy is here. What is up, Philip? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it, man. And then I thought I saw... I wanted to say to Lucas, you should definitely do it. If you can learn anything from me and Jake, don't push it off too long. He's on Book Talk. He does some good stuff on there, but he should go for it with BookTube. Do it, man.
There you go.
For sure.
Also, Philip, I don't think you were here earlier. I was mentioning I'm like past halfway through Annie's Lobby now. It is every bit as emotional as you told me it would be. I've cried like 3 times in the last 20 chapters. The backstory is everything that I wanted. Like, this is crazy. So it's very, very good.
How many volumes in is that? I've only read the first 2. It's so big. I want to get into it.
It's
but
big.
So much.
Dude, that's the thing. It's so big, but it's like there's no wasted space. It's crazy.
I know. That's what I've heard.
But I think it's like maybe 36, 37, something like that.
Okay.
It's like I think I passed chapter 400 today.
Oh man.
So,
Philip said yes, bring on the tears.
Oh, they've been here. They've been here. It's like I want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, don't spoil it for me. I will get there eventually.
Yeah. So the tearjerker is the backstory that we got in the Water 7 saga for a character that I've been really wanting the backstory for, and that's the main thing is the backstory and like all of the I'll leave it there. I don't want to like, dude. I am so spoiler sensitive that like I'm hesitant to say hardly anything.
Right.
So
right.
I'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Oh man. So when did you? Because you're pretty big into anime and manga and stuff. When did that all start for you? When you were pretty young, or did you find it when you were older?
Little. I literally, one of my earliest memories is seeing Dragon Ball Z on the TV.
Oh yeah.
I was scared of it. I was in a hotel room and I turned on the TV randomly in the middle of the night because I was asleep, and if anyone's familiar, it was Zarbon in his monster form, right? That was just on the screen.
Oh yeah.
And so I saw it and I was just like, oh, and I turned it off. I was really little, and then a couple of years went by. Eventually, I saw it again on the TV, and I was like, this is awesome,
Yeah.
So then I just grew up watching a ton of it, and that all the Toonami stuff. If anybody grew up with Toonami or some of the kids WB, I'd wake up super early on Saturdays to watch Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And man, anime was like everything for me. I was the kid who had an anime t-shirt on every day at grade school.
That's awesome.
It was so fun. I used to read a little bit of manga growing up. I would get the big Shonen Jump compilation things every month.
Yep.
That I did that for a while, and then I kind of fell off because there was, I wasn't buying them, right? My mom or my dad would buy them for me, and it's like they get kind of expensive.
Yeah.
So kind of fell off of that, and then in the last few years, I read all of Berserk because the anime was awesome, and that is, I have all the individual volumes over here; they're great. Yeah. And doing One Piece now, I want to read a lot more. It's just I don't know. I have traditionally been more of an anime person than a manga person.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I read anyway. And so, if I can watch stuff and
right,
whatever.
Yeah.
But I do want to read more manga though, because I am starting to, as I've read more of it, I'm starting to appreciate more and more, you know, what's unique to a manga, right? That
Right.
like for example, you know, you can turn the page and like they time it, right? So to where
Oh
like
yeah.
this next page is a full spread, one
Yeah.
image, and it's super dramatic,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so stuff like that's super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to, you know, like dude, my list is so long. There's so
I
much stuff
know.
I want to get
I know.
into.
Me too, man.
It's so hard.
I know. I think what I love about um, anime and manga too is like that they. I feel like the anime. My mind is going blank. What's it called when there's a book and then the adaptation? The way they
Yeah,
adapt
yeah,
it is like almost like lockstep. So that's kind of nice. If you watch an anime, you really know everything that happened. The artwork's usually very similar. You know, which is nice because I'm somebody with books and movies. I'll be like, "Ooh, that movie looks good," based on a book. Ooh, I'll wait because I want to read the book first.
yeah,
But then I
yeah.
never read it and I never watch it. And then, you know, so that's why I need to start watching more anime instead of trying to wait to read because it's just not
Yeah.
enough time. You know.
It's nice. Yeah, and the other good thing too, like now, dude, nowadays it's so easy to get really good recommendations for stuff.
Yeah.
That you know, when I was getting into it when I was like there was no,
Right.
you know, you just watch whatever was on
Oh
TV or
yeah.
whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then I think it was maybe 2016 or 2017 I found out that these streaming websites stream things that are currently airing in Japan.
Oh yeah.
So, which I had no idea. Of course, it's a normal
Right.
TV show, right?
Yeah.
I didn't get
Yeah.
that. You know, these things air weekly in Japan, and they
Yeah.
just put it streaming over here. So,
Right. Yeah.
when I found out about that, I started following a lot of the currently airing stuff, and that's where like it becomes really fun to just check out a bunch of stuff. And like some of it's really bad, some of it's really good.
Oh yeah.
Some of it's middle of the road, whatever. But like you start to, you know, you can be kind of. It feels like you're on the front lines and you're like cutting edge, whatever. It's like people who are on top of all these new releases all the time for books.
Right.
I'm like, how do you do that?
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, it's so I started doing that, and that's been really fun. So now, I usually will like I'll be watching a handful of shows kind of as they come out each week, and then I'll have something older that I'm like, you know, filling in the days when there's not a new episode or whatever. I'll watch through some of that.
Right.
But yeah, man, there's you can really get the cream. It's kind of like Chance, how he's gotten like the things he's mentioned that he's seen or is high on his list. They're all like the top of like literally if you go to any website, these are the things that are ranked at the top.
Oh yeah,
best,
right.
Whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's cool that like now that kind of resource exists to where you can really see the great stuff, and you're not going to be put off because you see, you know, because there's so much that can be off.
Right.
You know, which maybe you're like me and you like pretty much everything, but you know, you
I'm
might
sure
be
there's
put
some
off
out there we wouldn't like, but I am the same way. I usually find a way to enjoy everything, you know, but
yeah, that's how I am for the most part. I'm starting to get a little bit more selective these days because time is more precious.
Yeah.
But
have to be selective for sure. Yeah. I agree.
It's like with books, like I like never DNF anything. It's weird. I like pretty much everything, but it's also
I'm the same way.
Yeah, like and you get recommendations and stuff. It's hard to not. Pretty much everything's good that people.
I know, and then you can only read as fast as you can read. You know, it's not like, I mean, I guess with a show, like it's a certain amount of time, and you watch. That's how fast you watch it. You know, it doesn't matter how slow. You're not a slow watcher. You know, you just watch something you watch. Reading, it's unless you're super fast reader. Like, if there's a million things you want to get to, you have to be selective because you know, it's hard though.
I have. Have you ever tried to like train yourself to read faster?
I do. I've tried.
I've kind of done the same, but I'm trying to be careful with it because I never want to take away the fun.
Skimming. Yeah. Where you
like
start skimming for important parts or something, or like on the page, you're like, oh, they're just describing something. I'm going to skip over that. Like, and then it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I know.
I will be very honest. When I was reading, and like some people are going to come at me for this. That's okay. Reading the Songs of Chaos books from Michael R. Miller. Okay? Mm-hmm. I like the books. No one kill me. Okay. But there will be passages like cooking is a big part of the books, right? Mm-hmm. There will be long passages where they're describing how he's cooking something or like what this ingredient smelled like and like, you know, all this stuff, which is awesome. But I was reading these while I was dieting for the bodybuilding shows. So I found myself skimming some of that stuff and like okay, he's done cooking, I can go back, right? But other than that, I really try not to do it because I'm like the words are there for a reason, right? And I also want, especially we talked about Words of Light and Shadow earlier, things like that. Like I want that immersive, the rhythm,
right? Yeah,
the cadence of the words, like that's part of the story.
You got to take it all in. Yeah.
That was actually one of the things Zamar Amr, who did the Riven Earth and what is it, Sundered Moon.
Yeah. Yeah, these ones.
There you go. Yeah.
Beautiful books right there.
Yeah. He had a video talking about some of his criticisms of Wind and Truth.
Oh yeah.
That I won't mention really what they are, but he had one point where he mentioned that like prose is integral to the story, right? Like it's like it sort of is the story in some ways.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a really interesting way to think about that. And I think that that's, I don't know if I feel that way in every book. I don't know. I would need to think about that more, but certainly some. And like, like there's stuff that it's like that's the part of the experience. So you got to slow down. You really can't. Yeah. At least I do. I can't.
I know.
I can't speed through these things. Man.
Yep. Nope. I can't do it. Yeah. I was gonna say, I know you don't do comics a lot. You're more like
I'd like to try,
because Lucas and John, we're talking about Creature Commandos right now. It's really good.
Is it good? Yeah, I hear him talk about that on Weekly Reader.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know that it was a DC thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
It's kind of like, well, I mean, and James Gunn I'm excited for what he's doing because it's a lot like what he did with Guardians of the Galaxy, where no one had ever heard of that, really, unless you were a hardcore Marvel comic reader or something. And he's taking these lesser known characters, and it's really good, and it's animated, so I mean, they can do a lot with it. It's pretty graphic, which is pretty enjoyable. Yeah, it's good.
Where do you watch it?
It's on Max. So like right now, I think all the DC comes on HBO Max, all the new stuff.
Someday I'll get that and just binge through everything, because like I haven't seen House of the Dragon. Like there's so much I haven't seen because I don't have that. So
yeah, I know. Well, it's everything is, you're starting to need like all these streaming services now. It costs more than cable did, which these came about because trying to cut the cable, but now you got to have 20 different ones. It costs so much money.
Yeah, I do want to get into comics, and I've talked to some people about it, and they've given me some starting places on, like, I really want to get into X-Men. For whatever reason, X-Men and Batman are the ones that stick out to me the most.
Yeah.
That I really want to do.
My favorites. Yeah, you definitely should. They're good. Well, nowadays, like, let me see if I can, if you want to read, like, if you want to kind of like a, what's the word I'm thinking of? Hold on. Let me find the one I want to show you. So if you want, like, you love fantasy. So if you want to kind of ease your way into comics, like this one right here, Saga. So good. Comics, but fantasy. Or I just read this one too. Is really good. The Hunger in the Dusk. So there's so many fantasy comics out there now too, which are so good.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is like for so long I thought it was just superheroes for so long.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, of course it's not just superheroes, dude. Like obviously, but that was just stuck in my head for a long time. So it's like you said, it's like a whole playground of stuff.
It is. It's wild. There's so much stuff. Look who's here. Chance Dillon. Howdy. What's up? Oh, man. Oh,
if anybody missed the news yesterday, you should go check out his cover for his book that's coming out in the summer.
Yes.
It is awesome.
Such a good looking cover, man. Oh, can't wait. So excited for him.
Oh, dude, me too. Everybody. All the, that's going to be so cool, like over time, as more and more, because it's already happened, obviously before. Yeah. But as more and more booktuber people, especially people that we know, keep putting books out.
I know.
That's so fun, man, that we're all just going to be able to, like,
we're going to be able to make our own anthology eventually with booktuber anthology.
That's a good idea.
I know. That would be pretty fun.
That's actually a really cool idea. We should do like a short story or something.
I know. You heard it here. We came up with it first.
That's it. How do you crowdfund that? That could be cool.
I know, right? Oh man. That's right. Author at large, Chance Dillon. Boom. Oh,
we should set that up. There we go.
There we go. That would be sweet for sure. Oh man. Yeah, I'm excited for him. That's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I when he showed that cover, I thought it would be cool, but when I saw it, I'm like, dang. Now, like when we do covers for our books, we're gonna have to really step up our game.
Yeah, right.
before we try to show him our covers.
Yeah, exactly. See, everybody likes this anthology idea. Okay, here we go.
Danny likes it too. All right.
We gotta. How do we?
You know who's doing our forward for us? Janny's gonna do that.
Janny, yeah, we gotta sweet talk Janny into doing it.
Oh man.
Okay, so we gotta logistically. How does this work? How does one create and publish? I mean, I guess if it's an ebook, then that's not that hard.
Yeah. That's true.
And then if it gets enough attention, you could crowdfund a physical copy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We could figure that out. We're some resourceful young men.
Yes. More to come on this, I think. All right, sweet.
I'm kind of dead serious. We should totally.
I am too. I am too. I think that would be awesome, man.
Okay. See, you never know what's going to come out of these live streams, man.
We could spit out a short story a lot faster than we were gonna our first book, I think.
Yeah, right.
Oh man. All right, we're gonna talk about this more. We're legit. This is gonna be awesome.
Oh, did Tori beat us to the idea?
Yeah, I mean, she
part 2.
Yes. I know. I mean, well, really, like this Advent of Winter has a lot of booktuber. I mean, it's got a lot of fantasy in general, but a lot of them were booktubers. But I'm sure we're not the first ones.
Yeah, true. Bare minimum, Tori, we should try to get a story from Tori in there because from what I hear about her books, they're pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. I haven't read it yet, but she has an awesome cover too on hers.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That's sweet. And she's got another one that sounds really cool she's working on.
Nice. Timothy's comment is absolutely true. We will be guaranteed 5 stars on everything. Because otherwise we'll torpedo their book reviews. No.
Oh man. That's true. Oh man. All right. People got some good ideas. I'm gonna snapshot all these comments.
There we go. Just what I need is another project to take up some time. That one will force me to write. So
you got time for this. Come on now, man. See, when you're out there trying to find money for your PhD stuff, just ask them. Oh, by the way, how about a little side project too?
There we go.
A little extra money towards this. Your name can be in the back.
People do that though, man. They're like, what's his Zamil, who did the Gunmetal Gods books. He's got like a tier for his Kickstarter that was like you get your name, you name a character and like
there's always those crazy ones where it'll be like I'll write you as a character in the book and kill you off in like the worst way, and it'll be like $10,000 or something crazy, and there's always like one person that backed that. I'm like, what the heck? There's always somebody.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you might as well throw it on there. You just never know.
Oh, geez, AP for editor. That'd be incredible.
Yeah,
I don't know if we can afford AP, but we will try. Maybe Chance and I can try to sweet talk him when we're at the conference if he wants to be in there.
Oh man, that's right. I was gonna ask you about that. I'm so jealous. That's gonna be so fun for you guys.
It'll be fun.
Make sure you guys do some content wrapped around that. Like
we should. I'm so bad at even taking pictures of stuff, man. Like
at least do pictures that you can show on like a wrap up video.
Yeah, we gotta at least get pictures. But it'd be cool.
Do take some pictures and then do like a video together when you get back and like talk about your experience.
We should definitely do that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
We should go.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's a lot of authors that like Erickson tends to go a lot of the time. Like there's a lot of people that would be fun to talk to, and if we can convince them to sit down in front of a camera, that could be pretty cool.
Dude, doing some interviews there would be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You for sure. You guys should. That would be awesome.
We gotta maybe Mr. The best producer on BookTube can give us some tips on how to get a camera.
There you go. Yes.
Do that kind of stuff. Maybe our names can be in the bathroom stalls just like his. So.
Yes. For sure. Jenny does say Erickson always attends, so you better be ready.
I'm trying to decide how many Malazan books to bring with me to ask him to sign.
Oh gosh, do you have all of them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh man,
I have everything Malazan that's published.
You need like one of those rolling suitcases just for your books, then.
Dude, I didn't know.
That would be awesome though to get.
There was a Comic-Con, not this past summer, but the one before, where I got to meet Sanderson, and I didn't know there's rules around how many books you can get signed and stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know, so I brought one
I
book.
didn't know that either.
I brought The Way of Kings with me, right?
Uh-huh.
And I show up and I see all these people with these like rolling carts, because they're like, you can get, I think it was up to 5 books signed.
Yeah.
And people didn't want to carry all the Stormlight
Oh,
books,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
had no idea. I could have gotten the full set signed, but
Oh,
of
man.
course I,
Dang
but
it.
just it was still an
How you
incredible
learn.
experience.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you got one, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it was great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Personalized it, gave me a fist bump. It was awesome.
Oh, that's sweet. That's cool.
Yeah, he's the man. He's so nice too.
Oh, yeah, I bet. He seems like he would be. I wonder about bringing like cameras and all that stuff in, because I went to like just my local smaller Comic-Con, and I'm like, I want to bring like the little mics, because my recording on my phone, sometimes then you can't hear the audio that good. And just those, I was like too nervous to bring in the little clip things, and I left them in the car, because I'm like, God, you got to walk through a metal detector, and like, what if I don't know, what if they check like?
Well, now you can just say it's for my job, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there's all sorts of stuff. You just have to say I have a channel or whatever, and I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it, because it's all like you also just want to enjoy the experience, right? And not be so bogged down and like, oh, I got to record all this,
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, for sure. So I was gonna ask. I'm just looking through real quick. All right, so I want to know 2 things. Okay. One, I want to know, when have you always had longer hair, and when did the long hair start? Like, when earlier I thought of this when you mentioned wearing the anime shirts to school in grade school. I pictured you with like your long hair and your sweet man bun even then. But I don't know. Have you had that? I don't know.
My hair's always been weird, dude. So it was long when I was like 4 or 5 or something.
Okay.
It wasn't crazy long. It was probably down to
I
don't know, maybe just a touch past my shoulders, maybe.
Okay.
Because my mom thought it was really cute, right? So the had that, and then I don't remember how old I was when we cut it, but then as a kid, cause sort of in grade school, right? Like I remember, I don't know, 3rd grade or something, up until like 6th or 7th grade. This is gonna sound so weird, and it was weird, but it kind of worked at the same time. Everything was like buzzed, right? Except for my bangs. I had long bangs that were like down to my eyebrows ish.
And everything else was shaved?
Yeah, it sounds so weird, but like, I'm not joking. There was multiple people in my class that tried to do the same thing because they thought it was cool, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't pull it off.
You need to find a picture of this. I
wonder if I have one anywhere. My mom probably has one. But now looking back,
I can't even picture like.
Yeah, looking back, I'm just like, bro, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, because you got that, and then you looked in the mirror and you're like, yes, I am so BA.
Yeah, and I had it for years, dude. That's the other thing.
So this wasn't a momentary thing. This was long term.
Years. But I had that. I think I was in maybe like 7th grade or something when I cut them off and just had, it's kind of similar to yours.
Yeah.
I had it like that for a few years, and then I would go in these cycles where I wanted to grow it out, and it would get long enough to where it's annoying.
Yeah, you have that in between stage.
Yeah,
where you can't put it back.
Yes,
it's just kind of like
the horrible middle phase.
Yeah, I've tried to grow mine out, and then I'm like, I can't.
Yeah. So I got to there. It was probably 3 or 4 times. I'd get there and then get tired of it and cut it short again, and then whatever. Yeah. And then finally, it was 2020, I think, is when I finally just got through it, and it's been long ever since. I mean, it's long. It's long now, right? It's long.
I know. Sometimes when you have it down in a video, I'm like, dang, I didn't realize how long it was.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet, man. You pull it off well. It fits you to a T. It's cool, man.
Thank you. I like it. I've wanted ever since I was little. I was a big Power Rangers guy, and Tommy was always my guy, and he had long hair, right?
Oh
so
yeah.
I was like, I gotta have it someday. R.I.P. Jason Frank. He was the man.
Yes, he was awesome, dude. Oh, yeah. Such a bummer. He was awesome. Yeah. What was the original your favorite Power Rangers show? Since there was like 20 of them.
That's tough. Probably.
No, I know.
I like Power Rangers in space a lot. Again, main dude with long hair. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. The original's hard to beat though. It's just so
Oh
classic.
yeah, I know.
It's tough.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It was my favorite, but that's because I was still young enough then where I could kind of watch it and it was okay. Then the other ones I watched with my kid, my son when he got older. But my favorite song was probably what was the one? The Jungle Fury one. Did you ever watch that one?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like that the song for that one was sweet.
Some of them were bangers, man.
They were, man. They were for sure.
It was fun. Or
Oh,
was it Turbo when they had the cars? That was kind of cool.
oh yeah, Turbo was cool. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, this was funny. Tom said he's had the same haircut his whole life, and Chance said the same mustache. This came out of the womb that way.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can't picture Tom having any other haircut or not having a mustache.
I can't either. Just like I can't picture you without a beard. Like I'm jealous, man. I can't grow facial hair. And so I'm
I was gonna
jealous of
ask,
you
have
guys.
you ever tried to have a beard or anything?
I've tried. I just can't do it. It's thin and patchy and it just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it. Well, see that you need to just have the bangs again. Then it would go so good together.
You think about. I've had some weird haircuts, man. There was a time when it wasn't this long, but it was pretty long. Like it was probably down to here or something.
Okay.
And I had like one side was shaved, but the rest was really long.
Okay.
I kind of liked that actually. That was cool.
That is kind of cool. I've seen people do that before. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So I had that, and then I was like, well, what happens if I
Take it
shave
off.
the other side also?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I tried that, and then I was like, I kind of ruined it, so I had to cut it off and start over. But yeah, I've experimented for sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's brave though, because after you grow your hair out so long and then trying to experiment with it.
I was sad. I was pretty sad.
I bet, man. That's a big drastic change.
Yeah, I don't know, hair's always like I've always wanted to dye it black, and I just have never been brave enough to do it, or like I just don't want to deal with the upkeep of having to
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, because my girlfriend dyes hers black, and it's like,
Okay.
it's not that big of a deal to re-dye it, but I'm like, I just don't want to deal with that.
Right.
Who
Because
knows?
what is yours just like? Is it a lighter brown? Like if you see it in like regular light?
Oh yeah, it's always so dark in here. Yeah.
I always thought you had darker brown hair, but it's actually lighter.
It's kind of, I don't know, maybe in the middle somewhere.
Okay.
But it's I don't know. It's weird, but there's just something about black hair. I just think it's cool, man. But
yeah, man, you should do it. I better see it in the next video.
We'll try. The super emo Jake, who was 20, early 20s, wanted to do it very, very bad and was just too self-conscious to do it. But.
You got to do it for him.
Yeah.
Oh man. Have you watched Squid Game? Squid Game.
I want to.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't, but I want to.
Yeah.
I so rarely watch like TV shows like that, which really bums me out. I would love, like, we watched The Boys a couple months ago, and it was so good.
I love
and
The Boys.
Like, I miss watching, like, having like a show
like that. I know, I'm the same way. It's so good. I love The Boys.
Yeah, NA definitely had a goth phase for sure.
He did. Yeah,
I know you did. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, a red streak. Oh yeah, there we go.
I feel you, man. I used to paint my nails. I used to wear eyeliner. I did the whole thing, man.
Oh yeah.
Get it. Yeah.
So along those lines, so the other thing I wanted to ask you was, you recently got a pretty sweet tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Some people might have seen it on social media or on your channel. The Malzen tattoo. It's pretty sweet. So okay, 2 questions. How many tattoos do you have? And when and what was your first one? When did you get it and what was it?
My first one was like a week after I turned 18. I tried to do it like the day I turned 18. I've wanted ever since I was probably in grade school still, and I was like, I want to be covered. Like I knew from very early on.
Yeah.
So I was like, the second I turn 18, I'm doing it. And then the guy I was going to actually quit like that day, so I had to.
Oh no.
Which was a blessing in disguise because we found a way better shop and better artists.
So that was good then.
It was fine. Yeah. But my first one was it takes up my entire calf.
Oh wow.
And it's like a guy walking out into a storm, and it's sort of like going out on the journey of life kind of thing. And
cool.
yeah, it was cool.
How old were you when you got that?
18.
Man, that's very, very deep and, like, thoughtful for your first tattoo at 18. I feel like most people are like, "Oh, I got," I
Give
was
me a
with my
skull.
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Thanks. But yeah, it was great. And then I was like, yeah, I definitely, I'm definitely the stereotypical once you get one, it's just, you
Oh, yeah,
start
you
doing it
just
all the time. And
keep going, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like in high school, I would go every couple months and get something. And
Ah,
I was the senior who had the forearm tattoo that everyone's like, "Are you sure, dude?" So I
right,
was like,
yeah.
it's working
Oh, yeah.
out.
Right,
They
right.
still let me into grad school, so it's fine. Um, but yeah, how many do I have? I don't know. I mean, um, I don't count anymore. I just kind of, go. What I always say is, eventually it'll be one. Is what I always say.
Right, just
Uh,
the entire yep,
yeah.
yep.
Um,
That sounds weird to say, but what where do you not have any tattoos besides probably the obvious places, but,
sure.
like, where you would still get one? Do you have room? Or are you gonna have to
Oh
start
yeah,
getting
I
creative?
still have a lot of room. Yeah.
Okay,
Like my legs are. I have a fair amount of stuff from like the knee down, but I don't really have anything on my thighs yet.
okay,
Um, my torso, I have full chest and one side of my, armpit to waistline ribs
okay,
is done. I need to do the
okay.
other. I'm scared
Oh,
to do
yeah.
the other side because that is
Did
not
that hurt?
a good
Ah,
time. Oh,
I
it's
bet that
brutal.
hurt, man.
It's
Ooh,
brutal.
that
But
sounds sensitive.
yeah, it's not fun. But
Oh.
but then it looks cool forever, right? It's kind of
Oh,
how I
yeah,
like
yeah,
to
yeah.
think about it. So
Then,
yeah, I still got.
like, pain is beauty, beauty is pain, right?
Exactly. So I got that. My back's still blank. I'm waiting on getting like a full back piece someday whenever I decide what I want. It's that big. Um, this arm's pretty full, but this one I still have quite a bit of space on. There's only a couple things on this arm.
Okay.
Um, Nothing on my head, neck, face, or anything like that yet, obviously. But
Right.
yeah, so I have quite a bit, but I also have quite a bit of space left.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's
That's
nice.
good. Good.
I'm also. I will admit this. Every year that goes by, the older I get, I feel like the more it hurts. So
Oh,
part
I
of me
bet.
is like,
You're
let
like,
me hurry up and get these done.
right, which ones do
Uh,
I really wanna get
yeah,
before I'm done? Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause there's stuff that like the other side of my ribs I know is gonna suck, but then like belly is horrible, feet are horrible.
Oh,
Um, like I do want to get my throat and stuff done at some point. Like Adam's apple is gonna be brutal. Like
oh gosh,
there's
yeah.
stuff that I'm scared of that I want to do,
I
but
know.
it is the money also. It's like I just
Yeah.
don't have the
Oh,
money for
yeah,
all this stuff.
they're not cheap, yeah.
So, again, subscribe to the channel. No.
That's right. You wanna see a throat tattoo? You know
Yeah.
what you need to do.
No, but yeah, I don't know. Well, it's whatever, right? It is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Funny enough, actually another author whose books I need to check out at some point.
Yes.
Funny enough, I also hate needles as well. But for whatever reason, tattoos feel different. I don't know. It's not going nearly as deep. That's what I tell myself.
That's true. That's true.
It's more like you're getting scratched by the needle rather than it just stabbing. I don't
You
know.
did just talk about how bad this all hurt, though.
Yeah, it
Depending on where you
honestly,
get it.
yeah, like the ribs were. It kind of felt like somebody just like dragging a hot knife down your side. Like it's
Oh,
not fun.
that's
It's not fun. But
that
they
sounds
they make
horrible.
like numbing sprays and stuff now that you know uh different tattooers. Some of them are like, I will not tattoo you if you use that.
Mm,
Some of them feel like it affects the skin a little bit, makes it harder to do their work, or some of
okay.
them just don't like it on principle. They're like, you got to earn it. Um,
You gotta earn it.
Whatever, right? But yeah. So there's ways to make it not as bad now.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, man, Molly, that does sound like it would hurt. Knuckles
Yeah,
on the bone. Anything
my hand
without a lot of
wasn't.
padding, right, is gonna
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah. Anything on the bone, like my hand wasn't horrible, but it was also fairly small, and you have at least some padding there. But it swells up so bad. It is like a bear, like a paw.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude. I mean, it's not.
it's not for the faint-hearted,
It's
right?
not fun. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying I'm tough. Like I have a pretty low pain tolerance. Like I am not having a good time. But
You got through it, though.
yeah, somehow. I was also like 19 and I didn't know any better. I was like,
Right, right,
yeah.
yeah, you thought, "Oh, this won't hurt. This will feel like
Yeah.
the last one," yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's
Oh,
been
man.
10 years since I haven't done the other side yet.
Oh, yeah, that's
So,
true, that's true.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, Christopher here. I don't have one, maybe I've always wanted to get one, just like on my arm or something. But
Yeah, sure.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. And Tom said, he thinks about what he would have got at 18. He's glad he didn't. That's what I mean. Usually, it's not
Yeah.
like so like deep. Like that's actually cool. I don't think I've ever seen a tattoo like that where someone's like going out into the rain and it has
Yeah.
like that. That's a cool idea.
That's cool. I'll have to. I can text you a picture of it sometime.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you remind me, and I'll do it
yes,
after
yes,
this.
yes.
That's
I'll remind you because I want to also see the picture of your haircut.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah. I'm very grateful that like I found a really good shop sort of by accident.
Mhm.
So like all my stuff is really well done, which I'm so happy about. Like
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah,
people like if you any of this like my forearm is 12 years old and it's still super vibrant
yeah.
and
It
like
looks
it
really good.
looks
Yeah, I would never
great.
guess it's that old. That looks
Yeah,
great.
so it's I'm very grateful for that because a lot of people like, you get the thing what I would have wanted when I was 18, I would have
Oh
regretted it.
yeah,
A lot of
right.
people they just show up at a random shop because they don't know any better and
Yeah,
then the tattoo looks horrible a year later. It's like it's not their fault. They just didn't know.
yeah,
But so I got lucky in
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
ways. Yeah.
You probably did some research though. Maybe not that first one,
A
but
little bit, but not, if I was gonna get my first one now,
right.
like I would do so much more
You'd have
research.
you'd have some spreadsheets going.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh man. Oh yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Ah, dude. Um, well, it has been an hour and 36 minutes somehow. Um,
Time flies.
space bar. I know. I feel like we could just talk until tomorrow morning. We could just keep going all night.
For sure.
But I should check on my kids, and I'm sure you probably want to eat at
Yeah, I
some
should
point.
probably. Kids are probably more
Now,
important, but,
now that you can eat pretty much whatever you want, you still are
yeah.
smart, but you don't have to be as. So real quick, when you were doing the preparing for the events and stuff,
Yeah.
what was like a regular meal for you? Because
So
you could barely eat anything.
yeah, well, pretty much every day was the exact same, basically, because it was, like, it was just getting through, right? So,
Right.
in the morning, I would have some, mostly egg whites. I'd have, like, 1 whole egg in there because you get that
Mhm.
egg yolk, it's just glorious, right? But,
Oh yeah.
that's also where all the fat is, so mostly
Yeah.
egg
Yeah.
whites, that, and then I'd have, like, an apple or maybe, like, 2 pieces of toast if we're getting
You
crazy.
animal.
Uh, but yeah, pretty basic like that, and then I go to the gym, do some cardio, come home. I'd have some Greek yogurt, like plain Greek yogurt, not vanilla,
Yeah.
plain
Yeah.
Greek yogurt.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of like
That
a
is good.
yeah, a little bit of like a 0 calorie quote unquote sweetener in there to make
Oh
it
yeah. Hmm.
bearable, but
Yeah.
that with like some berries in it, and then dinner was always like chicken and vegetables. So I would rotate different vegetables so I could get some kind of variety, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Oh
either
yeah.
broccoli or Brussels sprouts or like salad or
Right. Yeah.
whatever. Usually a little bit of sweet potato, but not very much.
Hmm.
Like not as much as you would really like, but it was
Right.
something. And then my dessert would be basically taking protein powder, like a chocolate protein powder, and you mix it with just enough water to where it's like really thick, like a pudding. Um, and then I'd put just a little bit of peanut butter in there to have some enjoyment in my life and have that. So that's what most of the days were like. Which
Uh,
I know it sounds so bad saying it
right.
now, right? But
But I mean,
like,
you get into routines, right? You kind of
yeah,
you get
when you're
used to it. Yeah.
you don't realize how much it
Right.
sucks, right? You
Right.
kind of forget. And it's like it's just kind of what you're doing. And
Yeah.
if you ever feel like you really need a snack, you get some like baby carrots or
Oh
you
yeah.
have a
Yeah.
tomato with some salt on it, or just
Yeah. Yeah.
dumb stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you could I would have like some sugar-free Jello or something,
Right.
just
Yeah.
random,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
getting through the days.
And
But
how long was that? Did you have to eat like that for? It
like
was a good
that,
stretch, wasn't it?
yeah. I mean, it sort of progressively gets closer to that, right?
Okay.
Towards the beginning, it wasn't nearly that bad. It was fine for quite a
Yeah.
while. It was probably the last I don't know, 6, 7, 8 weeks was like
Okay.
that. But I dieted for I think 33 weeks in total.
Oh man.
but like most of it was fine. It's a slow and steady kind of deal, right?
So
yeah, so it's could be worse. But I am glad it's done.
Oh man, I bet. And one final thing, tell everybody what was the first thing you ate when you could eat whatever you wanted again.
I'm so lame and boring.
Of all the things,
I wanted Subway really bad.
And what kind of sub? The one with just the regular chicken and vegetables that you've been eating.
Yeah.
But you had bread. You couldn't have that.
I did have the bread, and there was a little sauce on there.
And the sauce, yes.
Yeah, it was so good, man. I
bet, dude. I bet you just destroyed it.
I don't go out to eat very much. It's just save money and stuff. But when I do, unironically, Subway is one of my favorite restaurants because it's just always delicious.
Their veggies are so good and fresh.
Veggies are good.
Yeah, I love Subway.
You get a lot of food for the price.
Yeah.
You know, like the calories aren't outrageous.
Yeah,
you can kind of manage that. It's pretty healthy. And
oh yeah, I love Subway. It's one of my favorite places to go to. Awesome. I agree.
It's fast.
I agree. Yes. All right. So before I do my ending spiel, do you have anything? You have the floor. Is there anything you want to say? Tell everybody where they can find you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Nerd Level Rising. Right, my channel, my Instagram, whatever. So come hang out, come talk to me in the comments. Everybody says that, but everyone says it because it's true. Like that is the most fun part of this whole thing. It's so crazy that we get to talk with so many people about the stuff that we like. It's so fun.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for having me on here, dude. This was an absolute blast. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I have not had the best day, and I was kind of in a bad mood before we got on here. And I was talking to my girlfriend, and I was like, I'm glad I get to talk to this guy I met on YouTube because like he's the man, and he's gonna make me feel better. And you did. So thank you so much.
Wow, I'm glad, man. It was a blast for me too. Same, dude.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for everything in this community, but like just meeting you, making friends with you, and like. It's not just like, hey, we talk on YouTube comments sometimes, right? Which is amazing. Yeah. I'm not, I'm not talking down on that. That's awesome. But like, this is another level beyond that. And it's so cool. So thank you, dude. I appreciate it. And thank you for having me as a guest on the Bearded Book Beast. It's awesome.
That's right. First of many, my friend. First of many. That's right. All right. Well, thanks to everybody in the chat for being here. We appreciate it. You guys were an awesome group. Had a blast. So everybody have a great rest of your evening. I don't have another one of these planned for sure until next Saturday. So, but one might pop up before then. So keep an eye out. But until I see you in the next one, as I always say, devour your TBRs, be brave, be beautiful to one another, and be beastly. We'll see you, everybody. Have a good night. So long.